Hey everybody, it's Dan, Griswold Family Vacay. Welcome to our channel. If you're new, please hit the subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up if you enjoy what you see. And also share us out so others may learn about our channel. Recently we took a trip to Washington, D.C. And one of the places that we visited on our trip was the Smithsonian National Air and Space Museum. In this video, I'm going to walk you guys through the different exhibits that are available at the National Air and Space Museum, and also give you guys a couple of the top things to see from each exhibit at the National Air and Space Museum. To start off, I need to let you guys know that the National Air and Space Museum is still currently requiring you guys to have a timed reservation. You have to make a timed reservation to visit the museum. It's very simple. You go online, you go to the Air and Space Museum website, and you reserve a day and time to visit the museum. The first exhibition I'd like to talk to you guys about is the America by Air exhibition. America by Air traces the history of air transportation in the United States from airmail to airlines. Second exhibition is Nation of Speed. Now this one is super cool. Nation of Speed recounts our desire to become the fastest on land, sea, air, and space in the pursuit of commerce, power, and prestige. Now this Nation of Speed exhibition was probably my favorite by far. And the funny thing is that a lot of the things that are on exhibit at Nation of Speed have absolutely nothing to do with air and space. They're actually more to do with the land, but we'll talk more about that here in a minute. The next exhibition is called One World Connected. This one was pretty cool as well. One World Connected tells the story of how taking to the skies and stars fostered two monumentous changes in everyday life: the ease in making connections across vast distances, and a new perspective of Earth as humanity's home. Another exhibition is called the Thomas W. Haas We All Fly. And this exhibition celebrates the breadth and depth of general aviation and its deep impact on society. Another exhibition, probably my second favorite exhibition, well, my third favorite exhibition actually, was called Destination Moon. Destination Moon shows how an extraordinary combination of motivations, resources, and technologies made it at long last possible for humans to walk on the moon. Another exhibition is the Early Flight exhibition between the first flights of the Wright Brothers in 1903 and the outbreak of World War I in 1914. The airplane grew from an ancient dream into a reality that would shape the future. Seventh exhibition is the Kenneth C. Griffin Exploring the Planets Gallery. It's pretty cool. It's a walkthrough of all the different planets of our solar system. It gives you information on each one, so that's pretty sweet. And then the eighth exhibition, this one was my second favorite just because it's where it all began, and that is the Wright Brothers and the invention of the aerial age. Now, I've created a short on this exhibition, so if you guys haven't seen it, please make sure you go back and do so. But the Wright Brothers and the invention of the aerial age explores who Wilbur and Orville Wright were, what they achieved, and how they did it, and how the world first reacted to their revolutionary invention. So those are the 8 exhibitions currently on display at the National Air and Space Museum. Now let's take a look at what each of these exhibitions has to offer and give you guys at least one thing that I would recommend you make sure not to miss when you visit the National Air and Space Museum. The cool thing about the America by Air exhibition or exhibit is that it has a commercial airplane that you can actually walk through. You can see the cockpit and you can actually walk through the airplane. And then also in this exhibition, there's several different commercialized airplanes hanging from the ceiling. So that's really cool just to look at. So the Nation of Speed gallery at the National Air and Space Museum is different than any other gallery at the museum. This this gallery, of course, focuses on speed. Some of the awesome things that you guys need to make sure you look for in this exhibit are Evel Knievel's Harley Davidson motorcycle, Mario Andretti's Indy 500 winning race car, Richard Petty's 200th win NASCAR race car, and also a BMW S1000RR motorcycle driven by Aaron Sills to set a land speed record in 2016. So again, guys, the Nation of Speed gallery, even though it has nothing to do with Air and Space, was my absolute favorite gallery at the Air and Space Museum. So don't miss out on seeing those awesome things. And the One World Connected exhibition, make sure not to miss the interactive recreation of the ISS cupola from the International Space Station, and also the interactive giant globe that they have inside the exhibition is pretty cool as well. So the next exhibition, Thomas H. Haas We All Fly Gallery. Something cool about this gallery is that the gallery features many artifacts that are new to the museum or haven't been on display at the museum in DC in many years. You can see Sean Tucker's Challenger 3 aerobatic plane, the Fulton amphibian, which was really cool looking, and Jerry Mock's Cessna 180 Spirit of Columbus. It also features a Bell 447B helicopter, the first helicopter on display at the museum in DC in 3 decades. So I'll start out by telling you guys two of the most awesome things to look for in the Destination Moon exhibition. And these things are absolutely awesome to see in real life and in person. Very, very cool. The first one is the Apollo 11 Command Module, Columbia. And right next to it is the spacesuit that Neil Armstrong actually wore when he first took steps on the moon. Both of them are in the Destination Moon exhibition, and both of them are right next to each other. So those are very, very awesome things to see for sure. So make sure you don't miss those. Something cool to make sure not to miss in the early flight exhibition is a parachute used by Georgia Tiny Broadwick. She was nicknamed Tiny because she was just 5 feet tall and 85 pounds. She was the first woman to parachute from an airplane. She started jumping from tethered balloons at the age of 15 and made her first jump from an airplane in 1913. And the Kenneth C. Griffin Exploring the Planets Gallery, make sure to keep your eyes peeled for the Mars Rover, as well as the Voyager spacecraft. Those are two awesome, awesome things to get the opportunity to see in real life. So make sure you keep your eyes peeled for those when you visit the Kenneth C. Griffin Exploring the Planets Gallery at the museum. The Wright Brothers and the Invention of the Aerial Age exhibition. One of my favorites. It has to be one of everybody's favorites exhibitions because that is where aircraft started. So, of course, one of the things to absolutely don't miss at the National Air and Space Museum is the OG, the original airplane. Orville and Wilbur Wright's 1903 Wright Flyer, which inaugurated the aerial age with the world's first successful flights of a powered, heavier-than-air flying machine in December 3rd of 1903. Another awesome thing to see and the Wright Brothers exhibition is one of the original Wright bicycles. There's actually only one of five. There's actually only five still in existence, and one of them is at the National Air and Space Museum. So make sure not to miss those. So that's it for the Smithsonian National Air and Space Museum in Washington, D.C. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to subscribe if you're new. Give us a like. Share us out. And as always, take time to make memories.